I don't think people understand how billions of stolen dollars secretly control what happens to countries. It's happening right under our noses, a secret global game where corrupt leaders and their buddies get super rich while regular people suffer. Let's uncover the hidden empire of kleptocracy. This isn't just about some greedy politician stealing a little bit. This is about a system designed to help only a few people. A system where dirty money moves easily between countries, supporting dictators and hurting democracy. We're talking about Kleptopia. But here's the surprise, everyone. This isn't just a problem somewhere else far away. Nope. This is a worldwide problem, and we're all involved. Welcome to Rich Reads, where we dive deep into the stories that shape our world. Tonight, we're diving deep into the shady world of kleptocracy, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. Exploring this shadowy world is tough. The dark alleys and shadowy streets are just like the complicated and often hidden networks of corruption all over the world. But thankfully, we have people like Tom Burgis, a reporter who's made it his job to show everyone the dirty dealings of kleptocrats. Burgis isn't just any reporter. He's always looking for the truth, diving deep into the shady world of financial corruption. His book, Kleptopia: How Dirty Money is Conquering the World, is our guide for this journey. This book isn't just a bunch of stories, it shows everything, connecting the dots between different corrupt groups and what they do around the world. Burgis has spent years following clues, studying documents, and talking to people on the inside to put together the complicated web of corruption that covers the globe. His hard work to uncover the truth is clear in all the careful details he gives. He's a real-life Sherlock Holmes of money, but instead of looking for a special hat, he's looking for stolen billions. His investigations are like solving a giant, tricky puzzle where each piece shows a part of the bigger picture of global corruption. From the diamond mines of Africa, where people and resources are taken advantage of and nobody stops it, to the fancy skyscrapers of London, Burgis follows the money, showing us the bad guys and their tricks. London, a big center for money, is also a place where people try to hide their stolen cash. He shows us how kleptocrats, often with the help of people in the West, rob their own countries, hide their money overseas, and then use that money to buy power and make people be quiet. These kleptocrats live great far away from the poverty and suffering they create, and Burgis wants to show everyone that difference. Kleptopia, my friends, isn't your average vacation spot. It's a world built on stolen cash, where power is everything and nobody cares about rules. In Kleptopia, the rules are simple. Take what you can, hide it well, and enjoy it. Imagine a country where the president uses the country's money like it's his own, taking millions to pay for his fancy lifestyle while his people can't even buy food. That's Kleptopia happening right now. But it's not just about stealing. Kleptopia is all about rigged systems, where friends get special deals, elections are fake, and the news can't say anything. It's a system made to help a few people while everyone else suffers. Kleptopia hurts a lot of people. We're talking about hospitals without basic medicine, schools falling apart, and communities without important services, all because corrupt officials are taking the money meant for them. Imagine a young girl, smart and with a bright future, who can't go to a good school because corrupt officials stole the money. That's what Kleptopia really does. But it's not just about the problems we see now. Kleptopia steals the future from whole generations of kids. When resources are stolen and important organizations are weakened, it creates a never-ending cycle of poverty, problems, and fighting. It's a recipe for disaster. Section 5, Laundering Loot, a Global Game. Now you might be thinking, how do these kleptocrats get away with it? How do they take so much money from their countries and hide it without anyone noticing? It's a complicated process with a lot of steps. How do they move billions of dollars across borders without getting caught? The answer is a tricky web of money transfers that are made to be as confusing as possible. These transfers are often hidden and disguised, so nobody can see them. Well, that's where the global network of helpers comes in. These helpers are experts who use their skills to help kleptocrats hide their stolen money. They work in secret, making it really hard for the authorities to find the money. Think of it like a giant high-tech washing machine for dirty money. This isn't your regular washing machine. It's a complicated operation that involves many steps to clean the money and make it look like it's earned honestly. We're talking about shady lawyers, accountants, and bankers who are experts at making stolen money disappear. These professionals are very good at what they do and know exactly how to use the flaws in the financial system to their advantage. They use fake companies, secret bank accounts in other countries, and complicated financial tools to create a confusing trail that's almost impossible to follow. These tools let them move money all over the world without leaving any clues. And it's not just happening on some faraway island tax havens. This is happening in big financial centers all over the world, making it a truly global problem. Important financial institutions in the West, including banks, law firms, and real estate companies, are a big part of making these illegal money flows happen. They provide the system that makes it possible for kleptocrats to move and hide their money. They ignore where the money comes from, happy to make money from corruption. By doing this, they become part of the money laundering process, making it even harder to punish these kleptocrats. Section 6. The Enablers' Western Hypocrisy. Here's the thing. While Western governments often talk about good government and following the law, they also provide safe places for kleptocrats to hide their stolen money. It's a classic case of hypocrisy, folks. We're talking about loose rules, weak enforcement, and a culture of secrecy that lets dirty money grow. From London to New York, kleptocrats are welcomed with open arms, their stolen money treated like regular investments. These helpers say they're just providing financial services and that it's not their job to police the world. But, by ignoring where the money comes from, they're part of the system that lets kleptocracy grow. They're making money from the stealing. Section 7. Tales from Kleptopia, Africa's Stolen Riches. Now let's talk specifics. Africa, a continent full of natural resources, has been a target for people who want to take advantage of it. The story of its stolen riches is a story of greed, corruption, and suffering. One of the worst examples of kleptopia is the stealing of Africa's vast natural resources. We're talking about oil, diamonds, gold, everything. These resources, which should be good for the continent, have become a problem, all being taken to make a few people rich while most people are poor. The money made from these resources rarely reaches the people who need it most. Instead, it goes to corrupt officials and foreign companies. Take the Democratic Republic of Congo, for example. This country has a lot of natural resources, yet its people are very poor. It's a country with amazing mineral wealth but ruined by corruption. The DRC's huge amounts of cobalt, copper, and diamonds have attracted both good and bad people. For decades, its people have suffered from war, poverty, and being taken advantage of as their resources have been stolen by corrupt officials, warlords, and big international corporations. The cycle of exploitation and violence seems to never end. The story is sadly the same all over the continent. From Angola to Nigeria, countries rich in oil and other resources face similar problems. The promise of wealth has instead brought misery to many. Corrupt leaders have used their countries like their own personal bank accounts, getting rich while their citizens suffer. The difference between the rich lifestyles of the leaders and the terrible conditions of regular people is shocking and sad, stealing billions of dollars in oil money while ignoring the basic needs of their people. Hospitals don't have enough money, schools are falling apart, and roads and bridges are crumbling. The wealth of the land isn't helping the people who live there. Section 8. The Fight Back, Exposing the Rot. The good news is that people are fighting against kleptopia. Journalists like Tom Burgis are showing everyone the secrets of the global financial system, exposing the hidden networks of corruption. Citizen groups are working hard to promote transparency and accountability, demanding that governments and corporations do the right thing. They're filing lawsuits, organizing protests, and using social media to call out the people who help kleptocracy. And slowly but surely, things are getting better. Governments are making stronger anti-corruption laws, financial institutions are being watched more closely, and kleptocrats are finding it harder to hide their stolen money. Section 9. Your role breaking the silence. So, what can you do? Well, first, learn more. Read Tom Burgis's book. Follow the work of groups fighting corruption. The more you know about how kleptopia works, the better you can fight it. Don't let them get away with it. Speak up against corruption when you see it. Demand honesty from your elected officials. Support groups working to make people accountable. This isn't just a problem somewhere else, folks. Kleptopia affects us all. It makes inequality worse, hurts democracy, and makes the world less stable. It's time to say, enough is enough. Let's speak up and end the rule of dirty money. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching Rich Reads. Stay informed, stay engaged, and keep reading.